This is Bill Pierce with DFW Undercover, and we are interviewing Messer. Starting with you, brother, going this way, what you do in the band, what's your name?
Maddox, and I play bass.
Kenny Younger on drums,
Bobby on guitar, and Derek on vocals.
Very nice. Well, we just kind of sat through as a mini concert to us, because we've never seen you guys play.
We have to shake you awake at the end of it.
Man, it was awesome. I know you are working on a new album, right?
Yeah, debut, first one.
This is a full one, though. This is not just an EP. This is a totally, complete
10
110%.
10 tracks.
10 at least.
That's badass.
We got 8 new ones, and then Simple Man and Whiskey that we were going to tag on there.
Yeah, that was originally scheduled.
2 singles.
Wow, y'all talked a lot about it. Well, shit, man. You are so damn good. It's hard to start. Let me just put a little bit of what I saw through your music, and I'm still gonna ask you some questions. What I like about Messer is you guys got a little bit of 80s thrown in there and a little bit of new rock. You can see your elements of what you're trying to put into Messer, and that's good because there's a lot of people that still like the 80s metal, the 90s metal, and then they like the new metal too. So I think what you are doing is phenomenal, and like I said, me and my wife are massively new fans.
Nice, thank you. That was maybe the new technology that we're using might get a more of a modern edge to it. So our influences, we're definitely all 80s, 90s fans. But.
Yeah, I mean, we're not young kids, I guess, and we definitely don't want to sound dated. So we wanted to hold true to our roots, because that was the last remembrance of music being good for me, and probably for some of these other guys as well. So that's when like I said, it's modern, but it's still familiar. Is what I meant by that. What we kind of noticed is they are not holding on anybody's coattails in the Dallas-Fort Worth. You actually have your own sound, and we've been looking for that as DFW Undercover, and we found them, and that would be Messer. Nice. Now, talking about Messer, what does Messer mean?
Well, actually, I mean it's in German. It means knife, but it's my last name too. But yeah, it means knife, and we were just looking for something that had a nice strong sound to it, so that came to be a while back.
And it looked cool and graphic.
Yeah,
it wasn't really designed to be named after Derek per se. I think it was more what it meant with as a collective, and the fact that it had a meaning that could have some you could read into if you wanted to, and we like that it's kind of cutting edge music, and we kind of consider ourselves on, like you said, to, I guess, create a new sound, you got to do something different. And
at the time we were called Shitface.
Yeah, Shitface. While being different.
It wasn't quite as marketable.
First show was at the House of Blues.
And we won.
Yeah, but what I like about you guys is y'all threw some ballads in there, and man, it's been a long time since bands actually did that. I mean, love songs are freaking awesome, man. I mean,
yeah. Well, we're doing some different stuff, like different timing. These guys are doing some crazy tunings.
You know, a lot, like I said, with the ballads. I mean, what gets me most excited about the fact that we're doing ballads is that some of my most fondest moments, just being on tour with these guys, is sitting around in that downtime with the acoustic guitar and Derek singing in a way that we normally don't hear him sing in with the songs that we had, because we didn't have a ballad, you know, and we were always like, you know, we had, you know, lots of ideas, campfire ideas, and Derek brings stuff, you know,
this one out, we wrote like 5 or 6 songs on acoustics.
Yeah.
It was an all-nighter, but yeah.
But we wanted to have something that, I guess, could showcase, I guess, the very best of what his vocal ability, the fact that he can sing, you know, and he's not just, you know, barking through a microphone, you know.
And they will sell it to a movie and make some money.
Yeah, and let's make a winner like ballads.
Titanic too.
You gotta have something.
Yeah.
How much that?
Get Whitney Houston to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, it's too late for that.
That's right, man.
That's true.
well, and you guys are all from different. Y'all not everybody here is from Dallas. I protect. Y'all are all from different areas,
I'm from
right?
Canada.
Eight.
I'm from Dallas.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, we all live here now.
Fort Worth.
Yeah,
I live in
Fort
the
Worth.
Plano area, but
Vastly different than the Dallas.
East side, baby.
Dallas is
Throw it
definitely
up.
East side. Dallas is definitely our home base, I should say.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas for sure, all over Texas.
So we were talking off the camera, and we can edit this if you don't want this, but y'all are considering yourself more of a global band. I know you're local here in Dallas, but y'all want to push it further. You want to go across the seas and do shows.
Absolutely, yeah. We definitely don't see ourselves as a local band in that aspect.
Somebody once asked us.
Yeah, our visions are way bigger than that, you know, and that's kind of what we're doing with this album. I mean, we're hoping it's going to be the vehicle to get us, you know, overseas for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know, and,
Even just doing Canada last year, the year before last.
We still get people messaging us about, you know, we played a 25, 30-minute set, and people are still like, you know,
When you guys
coming back? You know, we were the opening 7:30 band, but I mean, the good thing about that was the people who were there at 7:30 were the cream of the musical fan base.
There you go.
You know,
They were lined up at 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
those are the hardest critics in the world. And you know what was crazy about that whole experience? I remember like the first night, it took us a couple nights to kind of get the swing of things. But the first night we got off stage, we went straight to our merch booth just like we would at any other club, and we're sitting there and just like, where is it? Nothing. And then, you know, as soon as you know, Zach was done and the show was over, bam, we were just like slammed. And, you know, it was all those people that were like in our face all night long on the stage, you know, during the show. They never left the front row until at the end of Zach's show. And they were coming out and, you know, we were standing there in our merch booth and shake hands and hand those tour programs to every person. You know,
people were in line. Signing and giving tour programs away. The ones you're reading.
These guys were coming out like sweaty and they're like bloody and like they just got out of a massive battle, and they're like come up and dude, you know, you guys were fucking awesome, whatever. And never experienced that before, so that was really.
And that was in Canada, right?
Yeah,
That was Canada.
We could learn a lot from Canadians as local fans in the Dallas area.
Yeah, they like to rock, man.
They do,
sure.
man. They don't give. They give zero fucks.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything that I would rather do. The way I'm feeling, this could last another day or two. You best believe I got a drink it up my sleeve or two. Another drink and I'll be doing what I wanna do. Whiskey, I don't want it. I just need it now to get me by. Whiskey, that I believe in. And when I drink, you know I feel alright. Whiskey, you can't beat it. And it's the only thing that gets me high. Whiskey.
they pay to get in, they see a show, and they see it all the way through, and then it's time to buy merch from the bands that they want to get merch from.
Yeah.
And we actually sold it at, we sold a lot of merch every night.
The funny thing is, we were on tour with our friends Pop Evil too, and
that was their first.
It was their first Canadian venture also, but we were outselling not only them in merch every night, but we were outselling them plus Protest the Hero in merch every single.
Yeah, they were from Canada.
Wow.
And the only other band I think that was selling merch was BLS.
And they had their own whole section just to themselves because they had that stuff down.
We dominated. Of course, maybe the difference for us and for some of the other bands is we needed to sell that merch. It was a little bit more important to us to sell that merch than maybe those other guys, but we needed the gas money to get to the next show.
Yeah. You get Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Taco Bell?
Don't have those in Canada.
How was it playing with Black Label Society?
That was unbelievable.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
Dream come true.
Yeah. He named his kid Zach, so he's a big fan.
We always joke because he had this big picture, in his bedroom of Zach Wilder in his bed.
He'd come over to my house, I have all this memorabilia.
Yeah, his house is really like a museum, but he had this giant poster of Zach all framed up, and then when the call came, we were going on, I was like, all right, whatever band we want to go on with next, so it's got to hang that poster over your bed.
I was reading his book actually while we were on tour with him.
Yeah,
that was cool.
We learned
great learning experience.
Yeah, we learned from that. I mean, we learned early on that anything that we, go out and do, we've got to go out with the mindset that we've got to learn something from it. You know what I mean? Like when we're getting, promoters sticking it to us, we never really looked at it as like, fuck you, we're getting it stuck to us. We looked at it like,
next time this won't happen again.
Let's learn everything we can from this, you know what I mean? And make notes, anytime somebody was a dick to us, we'd go, all right, let's don't do what I did, you know what I mean? That guy was a real dick, let's just not do that, because, and so going on to, with Black Label Society, I mean, for me, and for Nick, our engineer, I was taking notes of everything, of what was going on behind the business of it, because Zach obviously learned it from one of the best in the business, from Sharon and Ozzy.
Absolutely.
And
that's right.
That Doom crew, they
run a tight ship.
Yeah. Totally professional though.
And we knew, because we'd obviously had read Zach's book and had heard of, all the stories about Moby, Zach's, stagehand, and all this, about how he was a dick, and a lot of everybody that we talked, like our friends like Bob and hell yeah, they were like,
don't piss him off.
Don't piss off Moby. Everybody's scared, so we're thinking we're gonna piss this guy off, but and sure enough, first day,
he said my drums are too big, no riser, and the kit that I had at the time, you couldn't not use the riser because it was on there, so. The other drummers and the other drum techs were just like, oh dude, no riser.
It's not gonna fly.
Yeah,
we just drove to Canada.
They're like rookies.
They're like, this
we
isn't
just drove
gonna
70
work.
hours to Nova Scotia.
Anyway, they said, well, if you can get this thing off on the stage in 14 minutes. We said, wow, you're giving us an extra 7 because we could get it on and off in about 7. So he thought we were kind
through
of
the side door of trees.
but
we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah,
he let us use a riser.
And he stood there and he mentored us a lot, whether he knows it or not, on that whole entire thing. And I said after we blew the engine in the van, and
they kind of felt sorry for us.
They were calling and checking on us. You guys all right? You're gonna make it to the next gig? Then they were because we weren't on catering, so they were hand delivering us leftovers from catering every night,
Not half-eaten sandwiches or anything.
We would have gladly taken them.
Full on, like,
untouched food.
Whatever. Yeah, untouched, awesome food.
Exactly, don't rest this hot dog.
They did throw us the bone our last night on
Get 'em,
tour.
man.
Let us have catering that last night, which was nice.
Yeah. They treated us good.
They did
a lot.
Yeah, that's that one.
Definitely, other stories I've heard about bands on tour with them were not as
Yeah.
So what other national acts or even global acts would y'all like to maybe do some tours with or
definitely
some
go
shows
to Pop
with?
Evil. We just saw them a couple days ago, and hanging out with them, and
yeah, we'd love to support
they're blowing
them.
up. And who else were we
Stone Sour. I mean, you know,
Stone Sour would be a great one.
You know, we see ourselves, you know, obviously as a headlining band at some point. I think every band has to have, you have to be shooting for that. So I think, you know, really the opportunity to open up for other bands is going to come through the label that we're working with and their concept of supporting acts underneath the other acts, and you'll see a lot of that team up with. So I mean,
who else were we saying?
You know,
I mean,
I'd love to go out with Seether. I'd love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have a friend of ours that's, you know, with a TM.
Alice in Chains would be great.
Yeah, we have a connection.
Systemic,
yeah.
And our friends out of Vegas.
Yeah, it's another band out of Vegas that our producer is also working with.
Basically, anyone that's above us, we'll go out with it. Just call us.
A lot of bands.
Food chain.
Miley Cyrus.
Anyone above
Hey,
us.
sure.
I'm kind of shooting for like maybe Imagine Dragons. That'd be fun.
That'd be kind of different.
Anyone above us.
Yeah. Anybody who's willing to give us a shot.
Basically, at this point, anyone who will let us follow.
To the Dallas scene a little bit. What do y'all think about the Dallas scene right now?
It's coming up.
Yeah, I think it's growing. I mean,
there's a rotation. It's like every 10 years. It's just got to build up, and then somehow it gets knocked down, and you know we keep coming back.
Yeah, we feel we have some friends that are, you know, we feel really strongly about the success that they're going to have or about to have, like our Atticane.
Gear,
you know. Yeah, well,
guys. Hell, even just some of the
Neil Swanson, you know, we just him getting, you know, going out to LA and playing the Troubadour, you know, last week. So there is like
Big Iron's reunion shows. They're bringing. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of good music that's really. I mean,
the venue is shit. The Bomb Factory's coming.
Halifax. Woo! Bomb Factory now.
Oh, you know what else I read? Red
awesome.
Blood Club is Mike Rios. Yeah, RBC. I saw Charles doing a Kickstarter for Hellified Funk.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Bring that shit back, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think what it's going to take though is, like y'all said, every 10 years it kind of has this rolling thing.
We're due for a big
it needs that one band that staples and then blows it all up back
It'll
up
bring
in the scene.
everybody in around
Yes,
it, you know.
exactly.
If we can spearhead it with 2 or 3 other bands,
You know,
Yeah,
these
I
guys
mean,
all did it.
we were trying to. I mean, we, you know, and I talk daily or weekly with some of the guys in Atticane, you know, who are on a similar path that we're on, you know, and we share ideas back and forth, and like I said, you know, I don't really want to consider ourselves like a DIY band. It's more of a, you know, like I said, a DIT, do it together, and that means helping out other bands that are obviously fighting the same. We're all trying to live
through the same
the same dream. You know,
It's called unity.
Yeah, right.
How about
that's how it was back in those days too.
Help a brother out. You know, I mean, if there are guys out there that are working hard at it and putting their hard-earned money, putting their money where their mouth is, and you know, doing the same thing we're doing.
Yeah, I
Building
mean,
this place wasn't just for us; it was for
anybody.
Oh yeah.
The idea was to
Help others.
help others help themselves. So.
Yeah. Others who are helping themselves.
I mean, with us, we're actually trying to bring the unity back into the music community, and we're trying to get these bands to understand this is what worked when Pantera and Drowning Pool and all them made it. This is what they did. They made it big. They remember the guys that helped them get there, and then guess what? They throw shows and they bring them in onto the shows, and that's just the way. That's what brotherhood's all about, and sisterhood, because there's a lot of damn badass sisters out there.
There's lots of them.
I've got a
Lots of them.
I've got a Facebook blog, you know, just kind of, you know, things that strike us as truths in the music industry that we come across, and, you know, we'll repost and, you know, share our opinions on them. And, you know, one of the things that I feel that has done more harm than good is the independent, you know, movement. Is like you said, everybody has gotten so independent in their own little corner circle doing their own little, you know, thing, and there's no unity anymore. Where before labels would have groups of bands together, and there's a, you know, you guys are all together, and you know. But now, since there isn't not even a middle label or promoter or management, there's just nothing, you know. It's hard to try to extend some of that knowledge or information without coming across as sounding arrogant or coming across as, you know, or anything. But
you have to do it yourself.
we're an open book, so, you know, I mean, that's what we're all about.
Yeah, we're always willing to help, you know, any way we can. You know, we try to stay cutting edge with our stuff, because, you know, if we can pass on any knowledge to help someone else below us, you know.
Yeah.
Basically,
Well,
like
we
we
need
did
clubs
Ferris
that
Wheel
help.
on Fire, you know, helping those guys.
Just helping, I think, bands understand how to dial in, you know, their sound or their tone, or how to define a tone or a sound. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I was always asking, like, how do I, where do I want to be when I want my amp to sound? I want to be next to the speaker, across the room. I mean, you know, because it sounds different, whatever. But I mean, unless you went to school for that shit, you know what I mean?
You got nowhere to learn it.
You got nowhere to learn it from.
Trial and error. If
Yeah.
you can shave a couple of years of falling down on your face, it's like, just ask us, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all been in music for a while. I mean, I know y'all played in all kinds of different bands before y'all brought Messer together, so,
Yeah. Lots of different influences, you know, coming together. I think that's kind of what's defined us. Is coming from different backgrounds, you know.
Having different experiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know I mean it. And when I drink, you know I go all night. And when I drink, you know I feel alright. And when I drink, you know I go all night. You know what I'm talking about. Pour me another shot. Whiskey.
What's that?
how long you been playing drums, Kenny?
Oh, man.
Don't hate
Probably,
yourself.
yeah.
He was
Most of his life.
When did Jesus die? When was that? Where's my sticks?
It was the first day of baseball.
Are you the grandfather of the group?
No.
I'm the younger of the
He's
group.
Gandalf.
Kenny Younger.
Gandalf.
I'll always be younger.
The youngerest.
He's got that ancient pearl.
It's aliens. It's ancient aliens.
So, what do y'all think of DFW Undercover? What do you think of what we do for the scene, or what we're trying to do for the scene?
Yeah, I mean, from what you're telling us, I mean, we need more people like you that care enough about it.
Absolutely. I agree.
Spreading the word.
Going out on your own dime and just
Coming here, driving all the way heck out here, you know.
I mean, you're
doing this.
basically doing the same thing we're doing. You know, you're trying to live your dream. You know,
through the music,
the same
music
way.
fans. You guys drove what, 2 hours?
Hell, I drove 4 hours to get here. I don't know.
That's commitment.
Yeah.
We had fans that drove 9 hours.
Yeah, we did. We have a couple ladies down
We
from
have fans
Tennessee. Where they come from?
Flew from Australia.
Yeah,
There too.
That is awesome.
2 hours.
No, it's crazy.
Y'all need
They've
to
never been
go
on a plane before?
to go to Australia and play a show for them.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
got a plan on
we
it.
actually have a little fan base there. We've never been there, so it's cool.
That's what we talked about. You
Someday.
know, it's
Yeah,
across
yeah.
the seas where the American music needs to be, man.
Yeah.
And then you know what happens? It's funny because it gets big there, and then everybody wants you right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had
They wanna
they had a chance to have you already.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I knew him way back when.
Yeah.
No.
As long as there's gas in the van, man, we're
Yeah,
ready to
we're
go.
going.
So it's,
Well, y'all have your own website, right?
we
Yep,
do.
MrBand.com.
MrBand.com.
MasterBand.com.
Messatorystudios.com.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
that one too.
For the studio where you jam.
Yeah, the studio and any artwork is done through Messatory.
Photography, you
Graphics.
name it, we'll do it.
Yeah, we help. I mean, I'm also a professional stylist, a hairstylist. So I mean, everything from wardrobe to makeup,
Promo,
hair,
press kits.
press kits. These are all things that we have expertise in, and from
We'll carpet your living room.
We'll do it. This guy's a mean cable installer.
Yeah, we'll do your cable.
You need drywall? Drywall accessories?
Propane.
Well, I mean, it's all, like I said, all the artwork and stuff that we do, it just came out of necessity. We wanted we wanted to do and constantly have content, but you can't afford to pay somebody to feed you all that content.
All year
you know?
long.
Yeah.
So, you know, you figure, it's like being in a band, I feel like 90% of our job is like driving, you know.
Yeah.
And like the other 8% of it is like this stuff, and then 2% of it is playing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the shortest thing ever.
Yeah,
It feels like
it's crazy.
for sure.
Performance.
Yeah.
So do y'all want to even hint maybe when the album will be done? Or
2014 for sure.
Hoping early summer at the latest.
Yeah. But there will be no lie before it's time.
Yeah,
You
If
know,
it's not ready, it's not ready. We're not just trying to pick a date to get it out by that date. It's like when it's time for the birth. It's time for the birth.
Yeah, we put a lot into this one, and we really want this one to be, you know, that
Perfect.
quintessential
the one that
album
defines us.
of its time, you know.
Because we plan on touring on this for at least a year and a half, 2 years.
2-year cycle.
I mean, it's, you know.
It's going to be the album that defines us as a band, defines the sound. You know,
You can't rush a turtle.
Like I said, I think
I don't think I've ever heard anybody put it that way before. That's
I love
awesome.
turtles, man. Turtles rock.
Slow and steady.
Ninjas.
So is there, I know you have a Facebook. I don't know what y'all feel about social media. It's not,
feel
it's
so
not
strong.
Yeah, I think social media is, you know, it's great. I mean, that's something we've never had. I mean, especially with the, you know, with there not being a lot of labels out there doing what they used to do. For us to be able to, you know, post a show or post a new song and be heard all over the world, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I feel like we could still do more with it. You know what I mean? Like it's
We
just
haven't
all,
even scratched the surface of it. I mean, just with Reverb Nation, Twitter, our website, and then, you know.
It's almost actually time for us to actually
Hire somebody
because it has gotten to the point to where it's just messaging, responding to messages, and you know, it's a full-time job.
We like doing contests. We like, you know, really interacting with the fans. So it's like just even to do one thing, one giveaway. You know, you got to set your deadline, and everybody's got to be involved. Luckily, between the 4 of us and 5 and 6 of us, you know, it's an issue to do. And when we're on the road and we got nothing else to do, and one person's driving, even when he's driving, he's still on there. We're constantly. I'm taking pictures of him.
Well, it's like Javier. Javier's an amazing photographer, and he's like our band historian, so he's always documenting.
I'm always taking
you know?
pictures.
Like we have so much content and footage and stuff that we can't even do it
Put it all together.
you know, but we have aspirations.
We have dreams.
We do. Want to do that cookbook.
Right?
So is there anything else you want to tell the fans and new fans about
It won't be
yourself?
long.
Yeah.
We'll be back
Hang
soon.
in there.
Hang in there, it'll be good, and I think, like I said, we're going to blow some bugs out of the show out of town, so by the time we get back to our home crowd, it'll be
Perfect.
Hopefully
It'll be perfect
perfect,
and all for
and
you.
you'll love it as much as we, you know, love making it.
Yeah.
8 months into it,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah. We put a lot of love into this. A lot of love.
Yeah, lots and lots of love. So, hang tight.
See you soon.
Thank y'all.